Before computers, hospital pharmacies ran on glass, physical labor, and pen and ink logs. Every pill dispensed, every IV bag mixed, and every dosage calculation relied on a person manually pulling a reference book and doing the math. Tracking those medical decisions required vast physical archives. A patient's history lived inside a paper folder, buried in towering rows of files that took up massive amounts of hospital real estate. When a doctor needed to check a chart, someone had to walk to the archive, find the exact folder, and physically carry it back. This built-in delay created a dangerous gap. Catching a potentially fatal drug interaction meant a pharmacist had to pull the correct paper file in time and cross-reference it accurately under immense pressure, hoping they didn't miss a handwritten note about an allergy. A hospital's primary defense against a severe medical error hinged entirely on perfect human memory and flawless physical filing. And humans, especially exhausted ones in high-stress environments, make mistakes. Today, that physical infrastructure is replaced by an interconnected hospital computer system. The software operates as an active, calculating participant in patient care. Digitizing records immediately reclaims hospital space and drastically cuts the cost of paper. More importantly, patient data that once took 20 minutes to retrieve is available to any authorized terminal in the building in milliseconds. By pulling data out of manila folders and putting it onto a network, information technology turns a static historical record into a dynamic, instantly accessible safety net. To see how this system actually protects a patient, let's track the digital journey of a single prescription. It starts when a physician uses e-prescribing software to generate a digital order, eliminating the infamous problem of illegible handwriting. The moment that order is submitted, it routes directly into the patient's electronic health record, or EHR. This record holds the essential clinical data needed to provide care. In a fraction of a second, the software cross-references the new drug against the patient's age, their exact weight, any ongoing chronic conditions, and their complete allergy history. Before the pharmacy even knows the order exists, the EHR acts as the first digital gatekeeper, automatically confirming the baseline safety of the medication. Once the order hits the pharmacy's database, it triggers an automated drug use review. This review quickly checks administrative rules. It verifies if the drug is on the hospital's approved formulary list, or flags the order if it's a restricted, high-cost medication that requires special authorization. The software handles complex chemistry. Programs like WinNonlin calculate precise pharmacokinetic parameters, like excretion rates, to determine the exact dosage required to stay within the safe therapeutic range. Simultaneously, programs like Metaphor scan the patient's current medications to detect complex drug-to-drug interactions or hidden allergy conflicts. These integrated systems remove the manual burden of mathematical and chemical calculation, reducing the opportunities for human error to reach the patient's bedside. With the drug mathematically and chemically cleared, the software auto-generates exact physical fill lists and perfectly formatted labels, telling the pharmacist how to prepare the individual dose. It immediately updates the medication administration record. This gives the bedside nurses precise, step-by-step guidance on exactly when and how to give the drug to the patient. In the background, the administrative side goes to work. The system charges the patient's account for the medication and deducts the dose from the hospital's perpetual inventory, triggering an automatic reorder if stock drops too low. A single keystroke from a doctor triggers a synchronized ecosystem of clinical checks, financial billing, and logistical restocking. The modern pharmacy is no longer an isolated dispensary, but an integrated hub connected to hospital-wide systems like admitting and billing. When doctors face rare complications, pharmacists retrieve massive external data on toxicology. This knowledge base started in 1964 with Medlars, evolving into Medline by 1971. The modern pharmacist operates as a high-speed conduit for global medical intelligence. Setting up this kind of precision requires significant capital. Purchasing, implementing, and maintaining electronic health records requires expensive equipment and massive training initiatives. Hospitals also face severe data interchange hurdles. Forcing entirely different specialized software programs from the billing, admitting, and pharmacy departments to communicate seamlessly with one another is a constant technical challenge. Yet, despite the high costs and the friction of integration, The sheer volume of data required to safely treat a modern patient makes returning to paper records physically impossible. The digital journey of a single dose allows for a level of precision that manual logs cannot match, catching the microscopic mistakes that cost lives and ensuring the right treatment reaches the patient.